In order to do your 90-degree haircut, you need to part your mannequin into 4 quadrants. First, you start by parting your mannequin down the middle, and then you will move on to the sides by the ears. Make sure your parting meets up with the back of the ear. Once you have all of your sections divided, you'll need to clip up all but quadrant D. Then you will take the tiny triangle at the top of quadrant D and make that your first guideline. Make sure your fingers are parallel with the ceiling, that way you cut straight. The guideline we just cut was pulled straight up from the head. The next section we are about to cut is going to be pulled directly from its position on the scalp. Same will follow for every other section we take. You will continue to follow your guideline all the way down to the nape. You will then go back up to the top and take the first guideline that we cut and continue down the rest of the subsections of quadrant D. Next, you'll take the same guideline from quadrant D and move it to quadrant C by taking the second triangle from quadrant C and cutting it at the same length as you did of quadrant D. Next, you'll continue to do the same as you did on quadrant D all the way down the head. Once you get around the ear area of this subsection, you won't need to take any more hair from the bottom because there will be none to take. Here we are parting a quote-unquote mohawk section, which we will continue all the way back to the apex of the head. Here we will be taking that guideline that we first used and we'll be walking it all the way up the mohawk section in order to have a guideline in both the front quadrants. After checking it's all even, you'll split that down the middle in order to have the guideline in both the front sections. You'll do the same on the front as you did on the back by pulling the sections directly away from the head and following that guideline all the way down. The same goes for the other side as well. Make sure to then go around to all your pie sections and check if everything is even. And then here is the final result after being styled.